Hello, and welcome back to Hitman 3 and the Escalations. And today's escalation, the Yuuma Tenacity. This is a 5-level escalation. So for level 1, it's nice and easy. All we have to do is kill the helicopter pilot in Hokkaido. So this will escalate quite a lot. This is a rather fun escalation, and for this escalation we will be starting undercover in the theatre area as a surgeon, and we will be bringing with us our silence pistol to deal with any cameras. So right from the start we're going to wait right here.
Would you like to shoot the breeze?
And when Kai says, "Would you like to shoot the breeze?" we are clear to make our way straight out of the door to our right, because the guy next to us is an enforcer. We're going to make our way down into the morgue area, and the first thing we're going to take care of is the surveillance system. So we will basically follow this exact same route for the first 4 levels of this escalation, I believe. We will deviate quite heavily on level 5. So we're going to make it, once we're down into the morgue, into the security room, we're going to render the guard in here unconscious, and we're going to take care of the surveillance system. There we go. So with that taken care of, we can now make our way back upstairs to the theatre area. But instead of going to the theatre, we're actually going to go outside to where the helicopter exit is, or the helicopter. So up the stairs 1 floor, around to our right, and out onto the helipad area, and we're going to run down the stairs over to the right here and into the little storage slash security room. I only call it that because there is a security guard present. I know he's a non-compass mentis at the present time, and we'd like to keep him that way. So we're going to pick up the crowbar and render him unconscious, grab up his gun and hide his body in the closet provided. There we go, safe and sound. So we're going to reselect our gun, put it away obviously, and we're going to wait right here outside this room for our target. Now our target is the pilot, and he makes his way down here quite regularly. So all we have to do is wait, and he will stop just outside the room briefly before making his way inside. Just be aware there is a gardener who frequents this area as well, but he's not around. So once the pilot is in the storeroom, we're going to pull out our silence pistol and shoot him in the head, and then we'll take the helicopter as our reward. So there we go, a nice, easy, gentle move into this escalation. Level 1 taken care of with a silent assassin rating, not bad. So for level 2, things are going to start escalating a little bit. So if we are recorded by a security camera, we will have 2 minutes to complete the entire mission. So we really don't want to get caught by a camera, because even destroying the cameras doesn't stop the timer. So once again, we will be starting undercover in the theatre area as a surgeon, and once again bringing a silence pistol with us. So right from the start, we're just going to wait for Kai.
Would you like to shoot the breeze?
So that's our cue to leave the room as quickly as we can. As you can see, I'm checking for extra cameras, but there aren't any as yet. So we're going to once again make our way down into the morgue area, and we're going to take out the surveillance system so that it is no longer an issue, just like we did in the first level. So level 1 and level 2 are pretty much carbon copies of each other, as long as we avoid the camera, which we will be doing. There is one camera that we will get caught on, which is why we've come here first. So knock out the guard in the security room, take out the surveillance system, and make our way back upstairs. So basically we've just rendered the new objective or complication inert, and we can just carry on as normal like we did in level 1. So we're going to make our way back up to the helipad and around and down the back of the helipad to the little storage room with the sleeping guard. And once we're down there, we're going to collect up the crowbar that's just to our left inside the door. There we go. Give me the crowbar. There we go. We're going to render the guard unconscious, or more unconscious than he already is. There we go. We're going to collect up his gun, hide his body in the closet provided. Safe and sound there. Reselect our silenced pistol, put it away, and exit the room, and we're just going to wait right outside the door here. So once again, all we have to do now is wait for our target to make his way down here as part of his routine, and when he enters into the storeroom, we can then pull out our silenced pistol, shoot him in the head, and casually walk away. So here is our pilot. He's going into the room. Out comes the pistol, out further goes the bullet, and we can now make our way up to the helicopter and escape. So level 2, also very easy as long as you take out the surveillance system without getting caught by the camera. And the camera in question is outside the door to the helipad. So moving on to level 3, and we now have additional cameras, which is where I'm going to be slowing down a little bit, and we have an additional target, the head surgeon, and we can kill the head surgeon anyway and anyhow we wish, but we do need to be wearing the surgeon's outfit for the pilot. So for level 3, we have opted here to bring with us some lethal poison, starting once again undercover in the theatre area and bringing our silenced pistol. So waiting for Kai's cue, we can now exit to our right and be aware there is a camera directly outside this door, so we just want to wait for that to track away from us before we make our way down into the basement. There is another camera above this door at the bottom of the stairs, so we're just going to shoot that one, and we now have a clear path to the security room in the morgue. So we're going to make our way straight there, just like we've done in the previous 2 levels. And we're going to crouch down as we enter into the security room, render the guard unconscious. We can hide his body. I don't think anyone else would find him in here, but you never know. And we're going to take out the surveillance system, thus rendering the cameras, both the complications to do with the cameras, inert. So once we have all that done, we can make our way back up to the helipad area, and again from here on out, for the next part at least, we will just continue on retracing our steps as we have done in the previous 2 levels. So once we're out onto the helipad, make our way around and down the stairs. We're going to knock out the guard in the security room when he arrives, or when we arrive should I say. So crowbar in hand. You're not deep enough asleep, mate. I think you're faking. So grab our crowbar, grab his gun, hide him in the closet provided. We're going to make our way back outside again once we've selected our silenced pistol and reloaded it. And we're just going to wait right here for our target, who I believe is called Nails. It's a bit of a weird name, but he will eventually on his routine make his way down here, and just like we've done in the previous 2 levels, when he makes his way into the room, we will then shoot him in the head. I said the head. No, that's a pipe. Shoot him. Okay, well, the shoulder will do. So at this point, we're going to take the pilot's body. We're going to hide him in the closet provided. We're going to take his outfit as well. And we're going to poison the pills on the desk here. So what we're going to do is we're going to disguise ourselves as the pilot. We're going to lead the chief surgeon down here, and he will sample the poison pills, thus rendering himself extinct. So we're just going to make our way up onto the helipad. We don't want to go any further than this. We would have to go through a frisk zone to go any further. But eventually the chief surgeon will make his way over here.
I need another pill. The effect is waning.
This way, Doc. I'll show you where my stash is.
Hey, I get it. You're not an errand boy. Lead the way.
So at this point we're just going to make our way back down to the storage area, and all we have to do is stand and watch. Just try not to go too fast, although the chief surgeon will kind of keep up with you. If you get into the storage room and the door closes and you're too far ahead of the surgeon, he will stop and he won't come in. But as long as you keep him relatively close by.
Here we are. Help yourself.
Thanks, Nails. You're a champion.
Easy does it, Doc.
I'm fine. I can take it. I just need a kick in the ass.
Oh, these will give you a kick in the ass, all right, mate.
That hit the spot. Damn, those are fast working. It feels like a back.
And down you go.
Come to the hospital entrance.
So that is target number 2 taken care of. We're just going to leave him there as it is an accident kill. And we're going to run for the helicopter. So that is level 3, I believe, now taken care of. And we are doing quite well on the silent assassin front. So moving on to level 4, and we now have an extra complication. It does say there is a wild card there and things have changed, but they technically haven't. We just have one new complication, and we can only wear the pilot's outfit for 60 seconds and only once. So for this one we will abandon the poison. We're going to just stick with our silenced pistol.
I am programmed to engage in
We're going to wait for Kai's cue to allow us to leave.
Would you like to shoot the breeze?
And we're going to make our way out the door. Now remembering there are still the extra cameras around. So again, waiting for the camera to pan away before we head down into the morgue area. We're going to pull out our silenced pistol and take out the camera at the bottom of the stairs and continue on to the morgue security room. So once we're in the security room and we take out the cameras, the rest is relatively simple and almost identical to our previous run through. We just have to be a little bit careful about the timing. So once we're in the security room, we can render the guard unconscious, hide his body in the closet provided, and we're going to disable the security system. There we go. So just as before, we're going to make our way back upstairs to the helipad, and we're going to take out the guard in the storage room. So it's a long way. There's a lot of doors as well. Always in hospitals there's a lot of doors. But eventually we make our way out onto the helipad area. So we just got to make our way now down to the storage room underneath. Remember, always be aware there is a gardener who frequents this area, but not too often, so you're usually okay to do all of this without worrying about him too much, but do be aware he does come down here. So once we're in the little storage room or security room, we're going to render the guard unconscious with the crowbar, hide him in the closet. Don't forget to collect his gun. We're going to select our gun once again, and we're going to wait outside the room just like we did before. So eventually our target will make their way down here, and we can then shoot them in the head, and then we can move on to the chief surgeon. So here is our victim number 1, the helicopter pilot. So once he makes his way into the room, we're going to shoot him in the head. There we go, much better than last time. We're going to follow him into the room. We're going to hide his body in the closet provided, just for the sake of decency. And then we're going to wait right here, and we're going to use instinct. And we're going to track where the chief surgeon is. Now currently he's in the operating theatre area, and he's just going into the little control room. And when he leaves this room, he's going to make his way out to the helicopter. And we only have 1 minute in the helicopter pilot's outfit, so we want to time this quite well. So from around maybe about here, we're going to don the helicopter pilot's outfit and make our way directly up to the helicopter platform above. Now hopefully the surgeon will be just arriving at the same time that we do. I'm a little bit quicker than him, unfortunately.
Need another bill. The effect is waning.
This way, Doc. I'll show you where my stash is.
Hey, I get it. You're not an errand boy. Lead the way.
So just like before, we're going to lead the surgeon down towards the storage area, but we will run out of time before we get there. So once we're down to this point on the stairs here, we're going to stop, pull out our silenced pistol, wait for the surgeon to round the corner and shoot him dead. And then we're going to quickly take his outfit and run for the helicopter, because we have attracted someone's attention, namely the gardener. But if we can get into the helicopter and away fast enough, the body won't be spotted. So there we go, that is level 4 taken care of now. And here is where things get rather more tricky. So for level 5, all the same objectives and complications apply, but with the added bonus of we now have to use a non-silenced ballistic weapon on our 2 targets. Now, I have opted to bring with me the sawn-off shotgun, which I have stored in the morgue storage area. I'm also going to be still bringing with me my silenced pistol. And once we start off, we're going to wait for Kai's cue.
Would you like to shoot the breeze?
And then we can make out of our room here, wait for the camera to pan away, and then we can make our way down towards the morgue. Once again, remembering the camera at the bottom of the stairs. So out with the silenced pistol, down with the cameras, and onwards to the security room. So once we get into the morgue, we're not actually trespassing, but I think there are a couple of enforcers around, so you want to be a bit careful. But once we're in the security room, we can render the guard unconscious. We can hide his body for the last time, I believe, in the closet provided. And we can take out the surveillance system. So now we're going to make our way back up to the helipad, just like we have done in the previous levels, and we're going to grab our sawn-off shotgun on the way. I believe you can use any ballistic non-silenced weapon, but the picture showed a shotgun, so I'm bringing a shotgun. Just so happens that my shotgun is concealable. So once we have the sawn off in our inventory, we can make our way up to the helipad. And what we're going to do now is a slightly different routine. So we're going to make our way around to the storage area under the helipad. We're going to collect up the crowbar, and that will come in very handy. And we're going to render the guard unconscious, or further unconscious. So you, not sleeping deep enough. There we go. So just like before, we're going to grab up his gun, make sure we collect up our crowbar because we're going to need that. Hide his body in the closet provided, and we're going to wait outside the room for the helicopter pilot to arrive. And you'll notice I don't have the gun selected, I have the crowbar selected. We're not going to kill him, but we are going to knock him out. So here he comes now. He's going to pause just outside the door briefly before making his way inside. That's your cue, sir. Thank you. So we're going to follow him in, launch the crowbar at his head to avoid any punch glitches. And we're going to leave him right there, though we do want to collect up the crowbar. We are going to need that a little bit more. So we're going to wait once again outside the room, and we're now going to wait for the gardener. And I was actually just going to let him walk past me and knock him out with a crowbar, but he's stopped here. And as we're not getting a silent assassin rating for this final level, I've decided to just throw him over the edge. So once we've dealt with him, we're going to select our silenced pistol, and we're going to deal with the 3 guards up on the helipad. Now unfortunately for me, my timing absolutely sucks, and the chief surgeon is actually here at present. So we're going to wait for him to get a safe distance before we take out the 3 guards. There we go. Now unfortunately that has caused somewhat of a panic, and for some other reason I get spotted very shortly. So we're going to make our way back to the storage room, select our shotgun and shoot the helicopter pilot with the shotgun. We're going to reselect our silenced pistol, and we're going to run away. Now somehow I'm in combat. I have no idea why, but it will have to do. So we're going to take out a few of these guards, which is going to slow things down somewhat. Well, they took cover really well because I can't see any of them. So I'm just going to quickly change my outfit, and we're going to hide somewhere and maybe let all this blow over. This has gone horribly wrong for me. So we're going to exit out a little bit early here. We're going to take out these 2. That's more like it. So what the idea was that we eliminate the 3 guys on the platform, and the chief surgeon will come along, spot them, and go through their panic, and those bodies would be removed. Unfortunately, everybody's too busy off hunting me now. So we're just going to have to wait, basically. I think everything has now calmed down. So eventually the chief surgeon will come along and start spotting bodies. People will come along and clear those bodies away. And once everything has been cleared away, we can then continue on. So I'm just sort of patrolling around by this storage room because we don't want the pilot to be discovered. So it's looking rather like everything is now about to fall back to normal. It looks like I just see a guard running there. So we're going to leave him alone. We're not going to shoot that guard because he will hopefully start the cleanup process. It does slow things down somewhat, but the chief surgeon won't come out while there are bodies there. He'll start walking out, see the bodies, turn around and walk away. So we do need these bodies cleared away. There's the chief surgeon now. He's taking one look at the bodies and nopes the hell out of there. So at this point all we can do is wait. I am once again going to change my disguise. I'm going to grab one of the Crazy 8 guard disguises. That's the guys in black, just so that I can blend in a lot more better on the helipad and I won't have to hide so much. So we're just going to wait right here at the top of the stairs for the cleanup process to commence and then finish. And I'm observing the social distance rules and I'm staying close to this nice warm vent because it's cold up on this mountain. So eventually everybody is cleared away and gone back to their routines. Someone's missed a pistol here and I will regret picking that pistol up later. So at this point you can see the chief surgeon is making his way out here, but the guard who was returning for that pistol that we have collected has broken. He's seen that the pistol has disappeared and he's just stopped there. So once again slowing us down, we're going to have to wait for the chief surgeon to leave and then shoot the guard in the head, and we're going to now have to wait for his body to be discovered and carried away. Now on editing and recording the commentary for this video, I have just had an epiphany of a way of speeding things up slightly, but it's a bit too late for that now. But if you're so inclined, if that same little glitch there happens for you, then you could just shoot the guard immediately and then knock out the chief surgeon with the crowbar as I have just done, and you wouldn't have to wait for the body to be cleared away. Although you would have to be aware that shooting the guard, he will get a shout off, and if he gets a shot off he's probably going to call for backup. But once we have our chief surgeon unconscious, we're going to drag him down halfway down the stairs towards the storeroom. We're going to pull out our sawn-off shotgun in the storeroom, reload it, and then we're going to take the helicopter pilot's outfit, run straight back to the chief surgeon. We're going to shoot the chief surgeon with the shotgun, and we still have 50 seconds with which to escape, so we're going to take the outfit with us. So there you go, that is the Yuuma Tenacity Escalation taken care of. That was quite a fun one, although I did struggle with the last level. I have been Anubis, and I will see you all in the next video.